Hello. We're the early birds. Oh, so you're not the same guy. What happened? Oh, you're muted. I'll have to unmute you. Sorry. Give me a moment. I'm just changing my background image. There we go. Oh, no, but Stephen is there. All right. Well, I'll unmute both of you. You guys, if you want to talk before we get started.
Good day, Dan.
Good day. How's it going?
I'm always good, thank you. I'm just learning about the new program that you are launching now, and it's very interesting that I listened to your previous podcast. You know, your previous meeting where you said something about multi-level marketing strategies and stuff, of which you don't agree with, and I agree with you on that one as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll be getting into that a little bit. Oh, we've got some background noise. I don't know where that's coming from outside, but yeah, there's what I'm looking at is really more of a way of building community. You know, people coming to the community should, be able to move around. Now, there's a financial connection for the downline, and that's fine. But when we start talking about the community, be able to work with people, it shouldn't be tied together. So a lot of people get stuck inside network marketing. They don't like who's above them. They're not getting support, right? But the people above them feel like they're locked in, so they should be able to move at some point. So, but anyway, we'll get into that at another time. It's not going to be implemented right off the bat, but we will have a affiliate program that I probably will test starting tomorrow, maybe the next day, and it's very similar to Cloud Token's model, which is a matching, your directs by 100%, second level 50%, and third through 10th level at 10%.
Well, we've got New Year coming up as well, so that puts a hamper on deploying certain aspects of new programs and so forth. But yeah, we have to go into a new year and start off brand new. Well, actually continue where we left off this year and just building on next year and making it even better and better.
Let me turn on another light. See if I can get more brighter in here. So one thing about better. Yeah, it's a little brighter. So we're going to focus on a stable coin aspect of gold grains today. That's what the focus is going to be on. Let's see. I'm going to mute everyone. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put up a video that's about stable coins, and I'll start that in about 4 minutes from now. If you guys want to, talk about something, raise your hand, and I'll go ahead and unmute you. Otherwise, we get too much background music. If there's more than one person that's their mic is on. but yeah, the aspect of stable coins is going to be probably the topic of all of next year. And there's many people trying to do stable coins, or but they're all mostly tying themselves to fiat or crypto backed. And we're kind of a hybrid in reality, and we're usually in order to become a stable coin in backing with crypto, you have to have more crypto behind to cover the fluctuations, right? As you're trying to relate to something. But since we're dealing with gold, we're able to go ahead and do this a bit differently, because we can use the aspect of what gold is and leverage it so that we put it into a trading program and generate more. So whatever we're starting with, we have basically 300% to work with. Right? And then that is then traded. So we always have enough behind. Now we'd have to have a dramatic, increase in the price of gold and a drastic decrease in the crypto markets to eat up 300% plus on an ongoing basis. So we're in a good spot, but we have to really work out the interactions, right? And that's what's going to take us some time on how we automate this feature. But that's all right. This is just the beginning. All right, I'm going to just give people a note that that the Zoom is running.
Stablecoins are price-stable cryptocurrencies, meaning the market price of a stablecoin is pegged to another stable asset, like the US dollar. Bitcoin and Ether are the two dominant cryptocurrencies, but their prices are volatile. Speculation on a cryptocurrency can fuel its volatility, which can fuel further speculation, which in the long run hinders real-world adoption. Businesses and consumers don't want to be exposed to unnecessary currency risk when transacting in cryptocurrencies. You can't pay someone a salary in Bitcoin if the purchasing power of their wages keeps fluctuating. Cryptocurrency volatility also hinders blockchain-based loans, derivatives, prediction markets, and other longer-term smart contracts that require price stability. And of course, there's the long tail of users who don't want to speculate. They just want to store and use money on a censorship-resistant ledger, escaping the local banking system, currency controls, or a collapsing economy. The idea of a price-stable cryptocurrency has been in the air for a long time. Much cryptocurrency innovation and adoption has been bottlenecked around price stability. For this reason, building a stablecoin has long been considered the holy grail of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. At a high level, there are three types of stablecoins: fiat collateralized coins, crypto collateralized coins, and non-collateralized coins. A fiat collateralized stablecoin is a cryptocurrency that is backed by a real-world currency like the USD. It works by depositing dollars into a bank account and issuing stablecoins in a 1-to-1 ratio against those dollars. When a user wants to liquidate their stablecoins back into USD, you destroy their stablecoins and wire them the USD. This asset should definitely trade at $1. It is less a peg than just a digital representation of a dollar. Some examples of this type of stablecoin are Tether and TrueUSD. This is the simplest type of stablecoin, which is a great advantage, both in helping people to understand how it works and in implementing those solutions. It is also 100% price stable, because for each coin, there is $1 in reserve that can be redeemed at any time. And perhaps most importantly, it is less vulnerable to hacks, because no collateral is actually held on the blockchain. However, this safety and stability comes at a price. Fiat collateralized stablecoins are inherently centralized because they need a trusted custodian to store the real money. Otherwise, they will be vulnerable to theft. You will also need to have auditors who will periodically check in on the custodian and make sure that there is enough money stored in reserve, which can be expensive. Lastly, a fiat-backed stablecoin is highly regulated and constrained by legacy payment rails. If you want to exit the stablecoin and get your fiat back out, you'll need to wire money or mail checks, a slow and expensive process. If we move away from fiat, we can also remove the centralization from the stablecoin. This is where the idea of crypto-collateralized stablecoins comes in. They operate in the same way as fiat-backed stablecoins, but are backed with reserves of another cryptocurrency as opposed to a fiat currency like USD. This way, the entire system can live on the blockchain and remain decentralized. MakerDAO's DAI is the most prominent example of a crypto-collateralized stablecoin. One major difference to note between fiat-backed stablecoins and crypto-backed stablecoins is the ratio between the collateral and the stablecoin, also known as the collateralization ratio. Because fiat currency is generally stable, we can use a 1-to-1 collateralization ratio, where for each coin, we have $1 stored in reserve. Using a 1-to-1 collateralization ratio for a crypto-backed stablecoin, however, would make the stablecoin just as volatile as the collateral backing it, which would defeat its purpose. For this reason, crypto-backed stablecoins are over-collateralized, which means that for every dollar of the stablecoin, there is more than $1 of cryptocurrency in reserve. The more volatile a cryptocurrency is, the higher this ratio would have to be to ensure that even if the price drops, there will still be $1 in reserve for every stablecoin in circulation.
So just to chime in at this point, so this is where we are looking at a stable coin that's backed by crypto, which is what gold grains are. We're backed by crypto, so we're crypto collateralized. And when they're talking about it being over collateralized, mean that, you know, on this minute, you know, if you had, you know, 1 Bitcoin worth of crypto as backing, then whatever the coin that you have, whatever many units that is of crypto. So in this case, gold grains, they would have to equal 1 Bitcoin's worth. Then it is actually collateralized. But since Bitcoin could drop suddenly, you know, let's say it dropped 20%, which is fairly common, right? It happens 2 or 3 times a year in Bitcoin. So you'd actually have to have at least 20% more to cover that drop. So in our case, we have 300% plus, because we're actually going to take that and trade on it. So we are our challenge is more about making sure that we have enough on hand to trade out quickly that's not in trade. So so we will always have enough there, and we will actually set up systems to make sure that we will, if it seems like we're depleting in a day's process, right, that we take some away from the trade and move it back into the reserve for payouts. Now, this is just mechanics of it, but this is part of what we're doing, is to make sure that we are going to be the stable coin of all stable coins, because we are. This is what she was referring to here in this conversation was the Holy Grail. So this is a decentralized, because we're crypto collateralized, but we're using gold, a stable money that the world has, you know, and the system out there is used to using gold in a leveraged capacity. So anyway, I'll go ahead and I'll continue this. It's got another 4 minutes. We're halfway through this video.
There are a lot of advantages to using a crypto collateralized stablecoin. First and foremost, it is fully decentralized and can benefit from the inherent virtue of the blockchain. Stablecoins can be liquidated quickly and cheaply into the underlying crypto collateral with a simple blockchain transaction. The entire system is also very transparent, everyone can easily inspect the history of transactions, the collateralization ratios of a particular crypto asset, and how much reserves actually exist in the system at a given time. Compare this with the opaque and cumbersome process of ensuring that there is enough reserves in a bank for fiat collateralized cryptocurrency. For all that they promise, however,
I'll just stop there for a moment. She's saying ensuring that there's enough there to pay out is what she's referring to. We're looking at this, as I said, that we have a system in place, and though it may be a bit complicated, it is verifiable, and thus we are also going to insure also by way of insurance, by way of, say, Lloyd's of London. And we've already approached them and talked with them about this, but we still need to proof up. We need to present the system as it's running. Now this will take us some time, probably in through March, until we're fully engaged with that system. But in the meantime, we're still going to be building out the parts of it and getting to that point where we're able to get that policy. But it doesn't stop us from proceeding, and we will always have the Bitcoin available to pay out because we're bringing it in. Right. So we're able to go ahead and leverage this and then make this workable in a way that makes it simple. But we will have our challenges along the way. We'll continue.
to collateralize stablecoins still face some challenges. Having to deal with the volatility of the cryptocurrency market means that these stablecoins are not as price stable as fiat-backed coins and can be auto-liquidated during a price crash of the underlying collateral, which would essentially mean that the holders of the stablecoin would lose their collateral. Accounting for this volatility means having to over-collateralize each coin, which ultimately makes for an inefficient use of capital, because for every dollar you put in, you can only take out some percentage less than that dollar.
Now, as I said, now we don't have this problem. In fact, we completely solved this problem right here. We have plenty, right? We're at 300% operating plus, all right? And so we've solved this problem. Now it's really a matter of doing, like they're referring here to auto liquidation during a price crash. That is the systems I was referring to, the balancing systems that we have to put into place.
Collateralized coins are also rather complex in design and have to resort to very intricate and sometimes non-intuitive methods to ensure their stability, which makes their adoption and implementation more difficult. The last type of stablecoin is a non-collateralized stablecoin, and as you can tell from the name, it aims to maintain stability without relying on a collateral and reserve. This might sound a bit odd, but it's not that crazy of an idea. In fact, fiat currencies have been able to do this for decades by using central banks to control money supply. You can learn more about the details of how this is done and why it works by watching our weekly webinar on April 3rd, 2018, called How Money Stays Stable. As we discuss in the webinar, the value of a currency is determined through supply and demand. If there's more people who want the currency than there is units of that currency available, the price of that currency will go up, and vice versa. Central banks use this information to ensure a currency's price stays stable by printing new money when the price of a currency goes up and buying back and destroying money when the price of a currency goes down. Non-collateralized stablecoins want to do the same thing by coding logic into smart contracts that can perform the functions of a central bank. These smart contracts will use oracles to monitor the price of the stablecoin on exchanges and will create new coins when the price goes up and buy back and destroy coins when the price goes down. Currently, the most promising project in this category is Basis Coin.
Now, I'll just make a comment about this. This is not really a viable option, in my opinion, for what we're trying to do, which is a stable utility token, right? Meaning that we don't get into the securities and once you start getting into something where you're trying to do price matching to something, you're going to have, what are you going to be stable against is what are the choices do you have? And so if you start talking fiat, you're then right back into that position. And we don't want to get into that position. We want to basically stay, you know, as gold on the blockchain. So this is why this is not even a consideration of what we need to consider. But go ahead, we'll continue.
A non-collateralized coin is independent from all other currencies. Even if the US dollar and Ether collapse, a non-collateralized coin could survive them as a...
Actually, just I should say, this would be most similar to Libra. Libra is sort of trying to do this, but they would have to be the central bank. They would have to replace the Fed, and that is what their intention was, but they were derailed by the US government, by Trump. And Stephen Mnuchin of the US Treasury coming out and say, if they want to act like a bank, central bank, they need to get a license. In other words, be underneath their control. And once the US did that, you saw that all of the major players that was lining up with Facebook to do this started to run away.
Stable store of value. Unlike the central banks of nation states, a non-collateralized stablecoin would not have perverse incentives to inflate or deflate the currency. Its algorithm would only have one global mandate: stability. This is an exciting possibility, and if it succeeds, a non-collateralized stablecoin could radically change the world. But if it fails, that failure could be even more catastrophic, as there would be no collateral to liquidate the coin back into, and the coin would almost certainly crash to zero. The system also has some inherent complexities and can be rather opaque and difficult to analyze. Most importantly, though, it relies on faith in its stability and continual growth, just like national fiat currency does, which makes it very difficult to adopt at this early stage when faith in cryptocurrencies themselves hasn't been solidified. Thanks for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you want to learn more about making...
Okay. All right, everyone. We got quite a few more people here. Everyone is joining, so it's good. We got 18 people online. If you want to ask a question, please do go ahead and raise your hand. We'll go ahead and I'll unmute you and we can go forward. We're going to focus today on a stable coin, on the gold grain coin. And basically really talk about what that is, because that is our main focus right now. That's what we're going to be putting out first. This is our phase one, and to create a stable coin that is not tied into fiat, and one that is stable as gold. And we actually have a kind of an extra benefit, is that the value of gold is continuing to increase. And in fact, it's been artificially kept low for quite a number of years. But we can anticipate dramatic growth in gold. Many of the people who have charted out the price of gold going back to 1900 or earlier and seeing what its actual value is. To give you an example, if you go back to say 1900 and you went into the very best clothing store to get a suit, it would cost you one $20 gold piece. Full suit, beautiful, you're really decked out, right? You're looking, you know, at the top of your game, go out, you know, tuxedo, whatever. It's the best possible suit, you know, you could have. One $20 gold piece. Boom. Come today, what is this one $20 gold piece worth now? Well, it's not $20 in fiat, right? Now it's worth $1,500. It buys you exactly the same suit. But if you look at you know, what this would mean in regards to a this price projected out to where if it was a normal rate of growth, what actually would the price of, say, 1 ounce of gold be right now? So the people that have looked into this have ranges anywhere from $10,000 an ounce to $25,000 to $50,000 an ounce for gold. So as the fiat system comes to an end, is it going to end in the next 2 months or the next 2 years? But it's not going to be going on for another 5. Whenever that ends, the price of gold is going to continue to go up. Now, gold was around $1,000 an ounce, just going back a couple years. You know, all of this year, it's been around $1,200 an ounce. But now it's at $1,500 an ounce. And it's been going up. It's making these jumps. And probably we're going to see it going up itself. So acquiring gold and working off of a gold coin is what we're doing. We're in essence creating a gold coin on the blockchain. But we're going to be better than gold for a couple of reasons. Number one, when you go to buy a gold coin right now, you'll look at what the spot market price is, and then there's a fee on top of that. So that fee is usually, let's say it's 30%. It can be 50%, it just depends. The lowest is probably around 25%. So you buy this gold coin, and now when you will go to sell it, you sell it at whatever the current price is for selling a gold coin out on the market. So you are going to also charge a fee on top of the spot price, right? Because you have to send it somewhere, you have to do that. So there's your costs involved. Now, when we first mint the coins, or in our first process here of getting coins, we have a 30% fee on top of the gold coin. That covers us for the setup of the whole process, to acquire the gold, store the gold, leverage the gold. It also has commissions as part of that. So once let's say we moved 1 million coins out into the marketplace. Once they're out in the marketplace, we do them at the spot price from that point forward. There's never a fee, again, about 20%, 25, 30%. That's not there anymore. So where you're dealing with gold in the physical world, you're always going to be paying that fee. We eliminate that fee after we've taken them out first, minted and issued them. Once they're minted and issued, we never charge that fee again. So there is a lot to be said for this coin once we've met the momentum. And at that point also, the price of gold is going to be going up. Now, along the way, I anticipate that Bitcoin will be rising. Let's say, for example, that they keep pace with one another. Let's say this much amount of gold and this much Bitcoin is going to keep pace. Gold is going to be going up and Bitcoin is going to be going up. I think that's what's going to be happening. Maybe one's going up faster than the other. Either way, I think they're going to keep up relatively with one another. When we have our coin, and this video that we put out, that I put up here in the beginning, it's talking about being able to over collateralize. So we're going to be over collateralized from the very beginning at 300%. And then on top of that, we're going to be trading. We have cost involved and things like that for doing leveraging and that, but we take care of that in our process, right? And then we're able to go ahead and continue to expand that. There would have to be such a dramatic change in the price of gold. Let's say the price of gold went through the roof and at the same time, Bitcoin crashed. So let's say the price of Bitcoin went to 0. Let's just say, boom. Well, that's a little hard to figure out. Let's say it dropped in, let's say it dropped to 50%, right? So if it dropped 50%, we're already at 300%. So we don't really have a problem, right? We have enough there. We're over collateralized. So we have more than double 50. So we're back up to 100. So it's no problem. If we're dealing with gold, let's say gold doubles, right, at the same time. So Bitcoin dropped in half and gold doubled. Well, that's just double what we're up to, basically, say, 200%. We're still over collateralized even at that. So this is our worst case scenario, and that's why we turn to insurance. And this is why we work into an insurance policy that allows to make sure that we're guaranteeing our price. And then we also go through accounting, right? So we're going to have this looked over by accredited accounting firms and make sure that everything is working. Of course, you know, we need to do that also for the insurance company, because they're going to want to make sure that everything is there. So this is the system that we're putting out there, and this is why it's going to be much more as a stable coin, solving the problems that are already in existence for stable coins. It also keeps us private. It keeps this as a stable utility token, SUT. Okay, all right. Oh, so Michael has his hand up, so I'll go ahead and unmute you, Michael. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, John.
Good afternoon.
From Nigeria. Good afternoon, John.
Yes.
How is the day?
Good. How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I want to appreciate you once again, and I just have just 2 questions. Perhaps maybe you may have answered them or said them in previous Zoom, but I wouldn't know. If you go to some the fixed date that the launch date is going to be 3rd, the launch date of this Kringle Gold, that is going to be 3rd of January. So I want you to clarify that. Are we actually going to launch it? Because I heard you say it's going to be next week, but the date, I've not heard it from you. So I want to clarify whether that 3rd of June is actually
okay, yeah, let me answer. It's ready for testing now, and the coin was already finished, right? What we're talking about testing is, say, the affiliate system, right? So that's ready for testing now. I probably will be, I might have started today, but you know, it's not today. It's probably tomorrow. Depending how the tests work, how that functionality is, if everything is fine, there's no reason we can't start. But the question is then, do we want to start on January 1st? It's probably not, you know, we could do that. I mean, there's people may have hangovers, you know, people may not have gone to sleep yet, but we could start on January 1st. So I had said yesterday that we could, you know, delay it to, say, January 3rd or January 5th or something like that. You know, so it's really more, you know, a judgment. You know, do we want to do it on the 1st if it's ready? You know, hey, we started on January 1st. Easy to remember what day that was, right? You know, we had our soft launch on December 25th and started selling coin on the 1st. But that's what it's really about. It's really more about, you know, are we able? Now, if there's a problem, if they require some more development and there's something that needs to be fixed, it could be 2 weeks. But so far, everything's
okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that explanation. My second question goes like this. in the registration, the members that are in the new path forward, will the link be given for them to register, or are we on our own? Are you going to register on our behalf for those that are in the new path, the leaders, or is the link going to be given out? Because what I'm asking is that when the website was given by you, before you know it, to the new path group, the new path forward group, you gave it to us there. But before you know it, the website link went all over social media. People among us released it to the outside world. So I wouldn't know this one, that when it comes to this real registration, as in creating our profile, the registering on the third or thereabout, will it be on those people in the new pathway forward first, before the outside community, or before those that want to refer come in? Because if we are to register by ourselves, I am seeing the possibility that some of us will release the link out for other people to even register before those that are in new pathway. So I don't know how it will go.
So I will tell you, we're going to start with the new path forward group first, right? And we're going to
Okay, sir.
We're going to take
Okay.
Probably 10 people to start, right? And just to
Okay, sir.
see how that functions. Right, so that's why I said
Okay, sir.
get your 10 people ready to go. We're
Okay,
good.
sir.
The thing is, we've been down this road before, right? We did our testers program.
Yeah.
We did we had our system in place. We built this out. So we're going to follow
Okay,
the model we know. So try and get 10 people. Just to get started, right? You can have 100, that's
Okay,
fine,
okay.
right? But try to get people ready to go, and because it's not going to be long, and then it's really about how now keep in mind when this coin is available, what we're it's not on an abundance formula where the price of this coin is going to be going through the roof, right? This is whatever the price of gold is.
Yeah.
Right. So
Okay.
So when there is no get rich quick scheme here, right? This is just like gold.
Yeah.
Now, where we're able
Okay.
to go ahead and bring extra benefit will be in our ecosystem and our AI trading systems, right? That you can participate in.
Okay.
Right? If you
Okay.
participate with those, then there's more going to come to you, right? More coin will be generated, and you will get the benefit of that. So these are the things.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay. So I'm let's see if there's any other questions. Raise your hand. Daniel Godwin. Unmute you now.
Pleasure being with you.
Good evening.
As I say, it's a pleasure being in the meeting with you.
Oh, thank you.
I have about 3 questions here and one suggestion. So which one should I start with? Is it the question or the suggestion?
Start with the middle one.
I should start with what?
The middle one.
Okay, let me start with the middle one. Okay, the question I will have here is that how do we acquire the coin as the leaders in the community? How do we acquire it?
It'll go into your wallet, and you can also, if you care to, you can transfer it to an external wallet if you wish.
Yes, what I'm actually driving at, are we buying as leaders, or are you giving to us as you promised earlier in the beginning of the program? And
I didn't quite understand that. Say that again.
are we as leaders, are we buying these coins, or we are receiving them from you as gift?
There's no gifts. Even in the aspect of the carrots and the rewards, it's for participation. You have to do something. This is a coin with value, and the value comes from this process of us taking it, acquiring the gold, storing the gold, leveraging the gold. We then, because we're doing this, we have this extra value we can turn back into crypto, and then in the trading systems, the Sarah Gold program will put on a daily basis extra coin generated into our ecosystem, which gets sent out as carrots, Kringle reward tokens.
Okay.
Right.
So
but if now on regards to not having to buy anything and still making generating court and awards. So if you get the carrots because you did actions without any money out of your pocket, you can do that. Now we're not ready for that. That comes in our phase 2 once that ecosystem has been set up. So in this first phase, it's just about the sale of these coins, the gold grain.
okay.
So as many grain coins as you want to buy is available, but there are no gifts. There is no free ride. Even people that are in the system, as long as you participate, you will get rewarded.
Okay, Mr. Dan, I think I appreciate that. It is good that we have this understanding right now before the time. So now we are to prepare to participate in the purchase and the selling of the coin, isn't it? Do I get you right, Mr. Dan?
The last part I missed.
Yeah, I said we are to participate in the purchase and the selling of the coin, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
That is
So this is all about the selling of these gold grain coins, which is going to be roughly around 0.00055 6 Bitcoin per coin.
And I think I like it, Mr. Dan. I think I like it.
I like it too.
Okay. The question is this. Now, you talk about leverage. So how do we leverage the coin?
You don't, we do.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's all built into the system. So this is, so what we're doing is we're using traditional banking systems, right? Which is where gold is there and the banks use the gold. And when the bank has the gold, they're able to go ahead and create cash with it. So what we're doing is we're taking that and we're getting 300%. And so although we're not backed by gold, the coin itself, we're price matched to gold. So we're a stable coin because we're stable price matched with over collateralized crypto behind it.
Okay, so the last question now. So we're talking about collateralizing the coin. What does it mean to collateralize the coin, and how does it benefit us?
Say, what was the word again?
You talk about collateralizing the coin.
So what this means? Were you watching the video that I put up in the very beginning?
Yes, my internet was going in and off then.
Okay. So what that means is backing.
Okay.
There's something behind it. So let's say that you wanted to get a car loan and you went to the bank. Okay, I want to buy this $30,000 car. And you told the bank, I need $30,000. The bank says, what is your collateral? You say, well, I have $1 million house. And the bank says, oh, okay, that's your collateral. You've collateralized the loan.
All right.
All right. So the other way of saying that is you securitized the loan.
Okay, I understand it now.
All right. So you created a security instrument.
All right.
All right. So this is so when I talk about collateralization is really just the terminology. I'm referring specifically to what was in the video, where they're trying to explain what this is. So when we're talking these words of collateralization, where the easy way to say that is we have backing for it.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's okay. No, I understand now. Now, to my suggestion, Mr. Dan, I have a suggestion.
Go ahead.
I read through the website. You have done a very great work there, but I would like to suggest that you still need to do a lot of editing on the right of there.
Yes, there's more to be done. Yeah, there's some updates that need to take place. I know this.
Okay then. It's all right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, who's next? Raise your hand. Oh, let's see. Well, let me see if I can get a hold of someone. Yeah, Richard is going to be coming on. Well, I told him I would be. He said he would come on when I told him we're doing this again. All right, Bright is there. I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead, Bright.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Dan, for this opportunity.
Oh, I cannot hear. No, I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
No. I hear you. I hear you sort of, but it's not very clear. Hello. Hello. So someone is asking, Edward is asking, what is the cost of purchase of the coin? Well, right now it's somewhere around 0.00055 Bitcoin. So whatever the price of 1 grain of gold is, plus 30% mint and issuing fee. All right, and next one is Manu. There's no audio there, Manu. I can't unmute you. You have no audio. My suggestion, Manu, is exit the room, come back in, and enter with device audio. All right, Michael again. All right, I'll unmute Michael. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you once again for your effort, and we pray that with this time around we're able to make it. I just want to get clarification on the cost. Is it 40 before 5, as in
0.00005 something, 55,
okay.
4, 5, 6, something like that.
That is 30 after the decimal point.
Yes, 3 zeros after this one, then 5, and then another number. It might be 5, it might be 6, it might be 7. Whatever the price of gold is, it will fluctuate.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Okay. And who's next? We have about 24 people on here right now. Oh, has Richard come on yet? No. What is Richard saying? Well, maybe he's going to come on. So, this is, always a interesting time of year. There's so many interesting things that are happening. How to say this? In the let's say the finances of the world, and the U.S. economy, for example, it's leading this big bull run. All the stock market is at the highest point. New business starts. All of this tremendous growth, all happening, all being pushed out. And in everyday people's hands is money coming into their pocket. Approximately about $8,000 per U.S. taxpayer. They have more $8,000 now in this 1 year than they did 3 years ago. So this is a tremendous change. Brexit is another point where things are coming. Oh, Richard is here. Okay, Richard, I will unmute you. Good time. I just talked about Brexit. Hello, Richard, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Where are you?
What? I'm here. I'm waving at you.
Oh, there. It says there's too many screens here, so that's what. All right.
Right, you want me to go?
Yeah, no, it's fine. So I was just discussing kind of like this is at this time. There's so much happening in the world with a lot of abundance starting to happen, right? The change in direction that Trump took underway, 3 years ago has now really started to happen, and now Brexit has happened. And we know now. Why don't you say about the new laws that were put into place in England for investment?
Yes, since the new government got in with a landslide just before Christmas, they've already started to change the investment rules, and any government investment used to have to satisfy the, what do you call it in the rest of the world, the Treasury, the finance department. But now they've torn those requirements up, and every investment from the government has to satisfy the people, has to be good for the people. And so if you build, it's all infrastructure finance, but it has to benefit the people, the well-being of the individual. So for the first time ever, they've recognized that society actually is important. Instead of government's more important than society, it's the other way around. Because they can see it, because they can see in the future that if you want to win an election, you've got to do something for the people, whereas the people didn't matter in the old days so much.
Yeah, so there's been quite a big change in the world, right, in the last few years. So,
yeah, because people with money voted one way, the workers voted another. Now the workers are earning a bit more money. They actually aspire to be the richer people. Aspiration, that's what it's about.
Yeah, well, that's good. So I think you were going to be checking on the gold market. You were going to be discussing with someone, a contact you have, on what's gold's.
Yes, I'm seeing him tomorrow. I had a brief word with him just now about the price of gold, and he reckons that gold is going to go up steadily, not dramatically, steadily. And I mean, unless someone declares war in Iran or something like that, but I don't think that's going to happen somehow. But so he's going to go up steadily because people are getting fed up with fiat currencies and all that lark. Yeah. And crypto's being accepted slowly. And I've just checked well, one of my contacts in Russia, the Central Bank of Russia is now saying, unless you accept blockchain technology in finance, you're dead.
Yeah. So lots of changes happening. Well,
So we've got the Central Bank of Russia and the Central Bank of England, for Britain, saying that crypto's the future.
right. Well, were you saying to me that one of your contacts in the gold market they were expecting $8,000 an ounce for gold next year?
That's what they were thinking. They were thinking $250,000 for Bitcoin and $8,000 for gold.
So that would be really good then if we're, so I played a video in the beginning of this talking about what a stable coin is, right? And it talks about when you have a crypto collateralized, you have to over collateralize. So because of the volatility, you have to have more crypto to make your stable coin more stable. Now we're doing this in a way that we're actually 300% more. So we don't have to be, 20% more, which is probably what these other coins that would try to be a stable by crypto collateralized. We only need to, we're going to be already 300%, so 3 times the initial coin value. So we're in good shape. So
yeah.
Anyway, this is an interesting time that we're launching the stable coin. And I noticed that like Christine Lagarde also has put up a message saying that, that they don't need to be left behind because everything is turning towards stable coins, right? So anyway, that's good. Anything else you want to add?
What, me?
Yeah, you.
Yes. I've been talking to a few people in a few countries on this, and they're all very keen on the fact that it's pinned by gold. I mean, it's not linked or anything. It's just that basically it's an easy way of getting a gold-linked asset.
Right.
And so the stable coin, although it's crypto, is sort of there's gold underpinning it and crypto, and that's what they like. They're fed up with investing in coins which are sort of here one day and out the other.
Right. No, we're in a very.
They're very keen that they've tried all these other coins. They then try to sell them and they can't, and so they're looking for something they can buy easily in the middle of their own country. And then if they want to sell, I'm not saying they want to sell. They want to sell. They know they're going to get their money back, within 24 hours, or if not immediately.
Right. Yeah. So we're very good timing for this. So well, what do you think is a good day for us to launch? If we're ready, should we do it January 1st, or should we wait a few days?
I think we should do it January the 6th, 12th night.
Why?
Well, because that's linked to the 12th night since the new dawn. That's the 12th night after it's linked to something. Then it's 12 days after the 3 wise men found Jesus.
I see.
I mean,
okay, all right, I get it now. All right, so that's.
We're all linking this to time and the days getting longer. Well, 12th night is the beginning of the financial market working again in Britain. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, well, that's also good.
And it's also a Monday, I think. I think it's a Monday this year, but I don't know. But anyway,
I'll take a look while we're chatting here. The 12th, no, the 6th is Monday. That's correct.
Yeah, that's a good day. That's when the UK starts again, really.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we'll do a poll, right? We'll take some votes on the New Path Forward group.
Yes.
and we'll see what people say. We'll put up some possibilities. But I think we maybe we should be ready for even as early as tomorrow. I think that I don't know if there'll be anything.
You can have a pre-launch and an official launch.
Well, we kind of did our soft launch, so
Yeah, soft, pre, and then official.
All right, we'll figure that into it as well. All right, any more questions? Just raise your hands. I'll go ahead and mute you now. Okay. Well, this is good. We're only in an hour. I want to keep them good at an hour. Oh, Richard, raise your hand, Richard, again.
I want to ask a question that everyone wants to ask, so I'm going to ask it on behalf of everyone. When people sell, when I sell my carrots and want Bitcoin for it, how long is the time span between selling and getting the money back? The coin, sorry.
Instantly. I mean, other than the transfer times, but pretty much. I don't know. Maybe that's seconds. Maybe it's minutes. Maybe it's.
I'm sure everyone wanted to know the answer. So there you are.
Yeah. Well, but we're not talking about carrots today. We're only talking about the gold grains today.
Yeah.
That's okay. Same answer with the gold grains. Now, where the gold grains are, it's just really a matter of the transfer times. So going out, of course we have our internal wallet. You can move it to an external wallet and you can move it back. So that's no problem. It's just a matter of us starting this process up, right? So we'll be handling the times and trying to get it down to make it as fast as possible. Being able to use this as a medium of exchange for either coin, really. Ultimately, grains or carrots should be used at any time in the world, right? You should be able to work with our partners for carrots. If I'll give you an example, Cloud Token. They just started with 7-Eleven and other stores in Taiwan. They've already made the deal. It's already running. You could go in with your Cloud Token wallet and transfer Cloud Tokens and buy, a big gulp at 7-Eleven or whatever. So it's really a matter of establishing these relationships. And as long as we always have our value there, we should be able to make deals with hotels and airlines and online stores, offline stores, using an API for the online stores and with retail brick and mortar stores, QR codes. There should be nothing that's stopping us from doing that because we have something that we can always exchange out to Bitcoin. Now, when I say Bitcoin, I'm always referring to other cryptos as well, Litecoin, Ethereum, whatever is at the time. We might go to one of the others. They may want to get exchange out to whatever. But I say Bitcoin just to mean the other accepted high level cryptos. So mostly right now it's Ethereum and Ripple and Bitcoin, but Ripple would not be one that we'd want to play with because they're going to be looked at as a security. So we don't want to internally work with those. Though others may be able to do that if you have it in an external wallet and you're going to do something on your own, exchanging grains for Ripple, that's what you're doing. But that's not what we'll have set up within our ecosystem. Okay, any other question? Oh, yes, we've got Richard. Well, Richard, are you asking another question?
Nope.
Okay, I didn't put your hand. I thought I put your hand down, but All right, I'll go ahead and mute you now. And there's, I'm going to unmute.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon from Nigeria.
Yes.
Thanks for this wonderful opportunity. Really appreciate you. Somebody asked me a question when I was discussing this thing. He said like Bitcoin and all altcoins are being traded. You know, they will have bearish period and bullish period in crypto and forex and likes. But like this gold, will it be tradable? I mean, will there be a time for people to store it, you know, and sell, like buying and selling? You understand? So that's the question I want to ask. So thank you very much.
So it is we're going to claim them at whatever the, too much noise. Raise your hand if you have another question, but I'll answer your question. So the purpose of this stable coin, the purpose is to be able to have it exchange back and forth with us, right? We want to be able to go ahead and exchange back and forth at whatever the current gold price is. So when we talk about the price of gold, well, let's talk about that. When you're on the market, there's always a bid and an ask, right? So so if you're buying, right, you have to pay whatever the ask is. And then you have to, when you're selling, you have to buy it whatever the bid is. So this is what the market conditions are, right? So whatever the market price of gold is, whatever it is, that spot price, that's what it will be exchanged for Bitcoin at. And it will be done at that time, right? So it's a matter of doing it as quick as possible, right? As the system is going to flow back and forth. So this is our goal, right? We want to be able to go back and forth, you know, because you should be able to like play the gold market with this coin. So some people buy gold today and sell it tomorrow. So they could do the same thing with this coin and have the same effect. I hope that answers your question. If you can, I muted you, so if you wanted another question, go ahead and raise your hand. Again, you just have a lot of background noise. Otherwise, next question. Okay, is that it? We're just at an hour. We can keep it at an hour every day. Okay, we're good? All right. So I'll try and go a little bit. I don't want to get too deep into other subjects, but because I think we covered, you know, the gold grain coin quite a lot. I could share, you know, why don't I go to the website and I'll just talk about it just as it is, and I'll bring that up. Let me share the screen. So I'm just going to go over to grains. So this is just about the gold grain coin itself. And the most important thing to get across is that it's gold at spot. 1 grain of gold at whatever the spot price is. That's what our goal is, right? So 1 gold grain is equal to 1 grain of gold. So whatever the price is at that time, that is what we're going to do as a guarantee to match. So this is talking about how you can hodl them. Basically, hold on to them as though they were gold grain coins. And this is talking about it being a stable utility token. And what we're doing is we're going to basically the price is guaranteed to match the gold at spot price. And of course, now we're talking about the leveraging here and by using the traditional system. So the whole process is outlined down below, talking about developing strategic relationships. Whatever the features of the gold grain are here, right? And what we're doing is, to why you'd want to be able to use this. And then our minting process. So, so far we have about 600 people. Also, please make sure you hit the subscription. You add the subscription so you get notification of whenever we're going to be doing the Zoom meetings or other things. We're going to go ahead and push that out there. We may, I may start using the event feature as well, which I have events scheduled right here at the bottom. It says no upcoming events. That's for the minting events that'll happen when we're rolling with the phase 2. There'll be minting events that we'll be doing all at one time, because when we do the minting event, we're going to be have to then buy the gold in say one bigger amount, right? If we do bigger amounts, we're able to go ahead and keep the cost lower. So this helps us. So we're going to be doing events. In the beginning, we're starting with a pre-minted amount, right? Okay, so that's where that is the whole section on gold grain coins. I just want to point that out. I'm not going to go into the other sections today. I want to try and limit the scope, only the gold grain questions as for today. Is there anything else, or are we done for today? Go ahead and raise your hands. Otherwise, I'll unmute everyone. Everyone could say goodbye. Okay, that's it then. All right, I'm unmuting everyone. Okay, everyone's ready to go. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
To see you again.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Michael.
Bye.
I love you
See you.
all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I love you
Bye,
all.
everyone.
Bye from Michael in Nigeria. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.